Hi everyone, it's Sunday night, March 22nd, time for another HideNet Week in Review. I'm Vera Dordick, coming to you, as a matter of fact, from New York, which is now the state that has become the epicenter of the coronavirus pandemic. So it was another week in the pandemic, and an increasing number of countries are at various levels of lockdown. Business went on, but it was really not business as usual in most places. Starting with Europe this week, editor Andrea Guolo, who is locked down in Bologna, says that last night Italy announced all non-essential businesses will close starting tomorrow, Monday. This means that all the tanneries will be closed. He also feels that more European countries will follow suit in the coming days. With regard to the price of English 36 plus ox last week, Andrea says there was little action during the week, but it was sold at 85 pence per kilo. In Ireland, the price is likely to be on the decline because there's talk about 90 cents in euros as the reference price, which is 5 cents lower than it was. Cow prices in Europe were stable at their minimum values, but the high end of the range on the various origins decreased. With high-end leather goods at a complete standstill, veal skins were hit hard this week and prices dropped significantly in the Netherlands and in France. European bulls were still clinging to stable levels, but with the automotive manufacturers closing across the continent and in the US now, if the situation stretches out, it's going to be bad news for bulls. Southern German origins were still selling at €1.40 per kilo, but that was only for the tops, and discusses some of the critical decisions that European hide producers are going to have to make in the coming days. Turning to the U.S., prices were once again lower this past week as pressure increased on producers to keep material moving. And for the past few weeks, we've talked about the wide range in prices on any one selection, but this week that gap shrunk, and it generally shrunk to the lowest price. Sellers say that any price is possible these days and that it's nearly impossible to fix a market price on any given selection. The regular weight heavy Texas steers are at a record low. Trading was reported between $15 and $17 for seasonal weights. Cow sellers say the market is quiet and bids are few. And overall, customers are already seeing some substantial order cancellations, which is really affecting the market. U.S. slaughter for the week was up by 4% at an estimated 653,000, which is typically a number we see during the high season in the summer when it's barbecue time. This is higher now because packers are trying to meet a huge jump in consumer demand, with everyone eating at home now since bars are closed and restaurants are only open for takeout or delivery. With regard to exports, the total raw and wet blue hides sold was just 553,400. That was higher than the previous week, but shipments were down 3% from the previous week at 488,200. In our observations this week, we look at the unprecedented situation we find ourselves in, the state of orders, and what all that means for the hide market. From South America, editor Ronald Guiel reports from Brazil that the price of raw material was unchanged again this week, and that the market was again unchanged because of the pandemic. Fresh hides are stable at 81 cents in reals per kilo, and in dollars they are at 16 cents because the dollar strengthened against the real this week. TR1 prices were unchanged at 65 cents per square foot in US dollars. In other news from Brazil, the footwear sector is strategizing what to do to help its manufacturers, as non-essential businesses will be closed for 15 days, and that includes all the shoe factories. In addition, slaughterhouses expect a 20% drop in beef demand because of the pandemic. From elsewhere in Latin America, Argentina may be seeing a recovery of steers in its cattle population. Mexico's Apemex has a new president, and a number of frigorificos across Latin America are suspending their operations due to low demand or, in some cases, due to infection from COVID-19 among employees. So that's all we have for this week. Nothing good news there. And until